2014 horror suspense thriller Kristy is one of a college student who has found herself facing life and death after being left alone on campus during a holiday break. College girl Justine, played by Haley Bennett, works hard to support herself at Bryce College where she studies. During Thanksgiving, her boyfriend Aaron, played by Lucas Teal, goes home and Justine has plans to stay on campus with her roommate Nicole, played by Erica Ash. Out of the blue, Nicole's father invites her to Aspen while Justine remains in the dorm. One night, Justine drives to a convenience store to buy supplies and meets Violet, played by Ashley Greene, who threatens her. Shaken, Justine returns to campus where she soon finds herself being hunted down by Violet and three hoodlums from a cult Justine has to fight to survive. The movie opens with a message from what appears to be a satanic cult based on the colors red and black, the message about the targets, and of course the more commonly known upside down cross, even though it's been known for members of this religion to wear right side up crosses since it was a symbol initially used by pagans, but I'm not a historian, so I digress. The main character, Justine, is wearing gray and black in the opening. Gray usually represents someone that is neutral or is on the fence morally. Black represents death or power. The letters of her t-shirt are red, giving an implication that she may be a victim or at the least targeted based on the events from the opening scene. Not many clues so far, but what we know is that she's in college and she has a boyfriend. In the next clip, she's wearing blue in class. Blue generally means loyalty and authority or peace and serenity. She appears to be doing well in her studies, implying that she's at peace with her current scholastic performance. The next group of scenes shows variations of the main character and those around her wearing red and variations of red even down to her boss. Justine wears a consistent rotation of red, black, and gray, including her Letterman jacket, implying she will be recruited by this group or she will be a target. During their walk, her boyfriend Aaron is wearing his black and red school jacket along with a red, black, and white plaid shirt, implying he's part of this group or he'll be a victim of them. Justine sees a friend walking his dog on the tracks. He's wearing a red shirt and brown pants, again reinforcing the red that she's been seeing all around her and giving the audience a clue about the part this new character may play. Her friend Nicole wears pink and white. Pink is a variation of red, usually implying that a person will have something to do with the harm of someone else, but in an offhanded way. They aren't necessarily the person that delivers the pain, but they are tied to it in some way or form. So far, all the characters that Justine interacts with appear to be future victims or future participants, possibly both. The only real relationship we've seen established at this point is that of hers and her boyfriend. Her relationship with other characters appears to be a little superficial at best, as we're not shown extended interactions between Justine and other characters. During the Thanksgiving holidays, Justine didn't go home for the holidays and she's the only student seen on campus, implying that she's pretty much alone aside from the security guards. Justine goes jogging wearing gray and burgundy. Burgundy is another variation of red, reinforcing the idea of around her. She's either going to cause it or become a victim. The gray she's worn so far says she may have a decision to make in the future, and it seems that she may have to go along with something she doesn't necessarily agree with. In a manner that matches the rest of the film, Justine goes swimming wearing a red bathing suit in blue water. The red again reinforces the idea that she will be a victim or a hunter, and the blue represents her peace of mind. She has the whole campus to herself, and it's during the holidays, so she's getting a break from classes. After her swim, she changes and puts on a red sweater and dark pants. As a result of the rainstorm, the power goes out, and with nothing to do, she takes her friend's car out to head to the store. Her friend's car is also red. As she drives, we're greeted with more red elements: the car's console, the lights of the road, a red sky created by the red overlay in this group of scenes, and of course her destination is red, leading us to the interaction that changes Justine's holiday plans for the remainder of the film. As Justine walks through the store, she comes in contact with the ghostly looking lady Veronica, wearing a red hoodie, red bomber, and red sunglasses that she hasn't paid for. She doesn't appear to be but if I were to find out that she was, it wouldn't have surprised me at this point. As Justine gets to the register, Veronica and the clerk converse about the price of the shades she's wearing, and Justine offers to pay for them. Veronica calls Justine a Kristy and commences to say, "You're the one," letting the audience know that Justine is the next cult target. As Justine exits the store, the bandits rev their engines to alert Justine that they're watching her. As she travels back to the campus, the group attempts to stop Justine in the middle of the road, but she's able to evade their attempts and make it back to campus. At this point, we know for sure that she's a target, so the red she's been wearing states that she'll either fall victim to this group or she will end up doing away with them all. Once she gets back to campus, she stops by the front desk to inform security that she's been followed. She heads to her floor and has a phone conversation with her boyfriend. The officer, played by Matthew St. Patrick, takes heed to her concerns and keeps an active eye on the surroundings. After we cut from the scene of Justine on the phone, security hears strange noises or senses something and decides to briefly investigate. He also contacts a team member to inform them to keep an eye out for anything strange. The suspense continues as the camera goes back to Justine. She hears something on her floor and starts looking around to investigate. During her investigation, she hears laughter but continues to walk around the building to figure out where the sound is coming from. Before the lights of the hallway go out, the red hue of the exit signs and the flooring give the atmosphere a red hue. Once the lights come back on, the hall appears redder than before. We are then panned to a message board with images of young ladies that appear to be past or future victims. She gets back to her room and a video is playing of the event that happened at the beginning of the movie. She's also unable to connect to the internet, seemingly due to the rainstorm, but possibly because her laptop has been hacked. As she's trying to figure out what to do next, we're led into a jump scare showing the lady in red, Violet, from the gas station standing in her room holding a Justine is able to get past Violet and makes it through the hallway before coming face to face with another member of the crew. As the chase ensues, we're taken to a scene where the security officer is locked out of the building and is done away with as he tries to warn Justine to leave. As the movie continues, the group commences to terrorize her psychologically and taunts her with a head start to get away. She temporarily got away and makes it to Scott's house. Scott, played by James Ransone, is wearing black and gray. Initially, I thought he's either part of it or he's going to be done away with trying to save her. Then they terminated his dog, implying they would terminate him too. We continue the chase and she's able to get away by jumping off the campus roof. As she's getting away, she sees her boyfriend driving towards the campus and makes an attempt to catch up with him. He mistakenly walks up to one of the crew members and ends up as expected. Now she's facing them head to head, realizes she can't fight them and decides to take off running. She makes it to her boyfriend's car and in standard horror film fashion, she crashes the getaway vehicle instead of being able to get the perpetrator off of the car. A heavy slam on the brakes probably would have done the trick, but what do I know? Now she's been forced to go back on campus to take cover. Once she gets back to campus, she has to decide between fight or flight. She can't get away, so that only leaves one option. In the last line, after everything has taken place and we get to the climax of the film, the main character Justine utters the words, "Justine is, my name is Kristy." The last scene is semi-hidden. You'll actually have to watch through the credits to catch it. A girl gets attacked by presumably the same group, letting the audience know that the group is still carrying out these rituals. This could be considered a plot twist, an introduction to a sequel, or a message to state that evil organizations cannot be dismantled by only destroying a part of it. Honestly, I'm not really sure about the message that this movie attempted to give. Is it saying that every person that does good deeds is symbolically Christian? Is it saying that satanic groups are incompetent, or is it simply saying not to judge a book by its cover? Other than Justine being a generous person, there was never mention of what her beliefs were. In fact, she was at school instead of with family doing an American tradition, showing that she really didn't fall in line with doing things simply for religion's or tradition's sake. The group created a target based on what they saw, not based on the information they knew. When the movie started, I was under the impression that these girls girls were stalked and studied, but this group has no intel on Justine at all. They picked her as a target because she was an attractive white female that offered to pay for a pair of shades, and she drove to the store in a cute car, a car that didn't belong to her. This movie doesn't offer many elements of surprise outside of jump scares and moments taken from the horror thriller manual, but if you like looking at clues and analyzing symbolism, you may enjoy the overall look and feel of the film. If you want to watch this movie, it's currently available on Netflix. And on that note, have an awesome day. Be good to yourself and good to others. Peace.